everyone. I'm Adam Brown, and this is Shell Point Today for Monday, February 9th. On today's show, we'll hear about the upcoming photo show and contest sponsored by the Shell Point Photo Club. And we'll get a recap of the recent annual Gala celebration from the Legacy Foundation. But first, we want to remind you that tonight is the night for the concert by the Letterman. Known as the most romantic group of the 60s, they had 32 straight top 40 albums. The concert starts at 7:30 in the Village Church Auditorium. Before the concert, leave the cooking to us and enjoy a special dinner buffet in the Crystal Dining Room, featuring stuffed chicken roulade, braised short ribs, ham, grouper, and lots of yummy sides, plus dessert, all for $13.95 for residents or $18.95 for visitors. Then tomorrow is a Do You Know Your Neighbor event, the second of its kind this year, as we are inviting all who have ever lived, worked, traveled to, or have an interest in Spain. This diverse country is rich in history and beauty. Come meet your friends and neighbors who have this special place in common. The event takes place at 2:15 in the Social Center on the island. The annual photo show and contest, sponsored by the Shell Point Photo Club, is coming up and registration starts today. This is your chance to get that great shot you have recognized and honored. Dotty Morrison and John Ippenson have all the information for you.
Hi, I'm Dotty Morrison, and this is John Ippenson, and we're here to talk about the 2015 Shell Point Photo Contest and Show. It's coming up really soon, isn't it, John?
That's right. The dates, of course, have all been set, and so we're looking forward to it. This is a big event for the Photo Club.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
And of course, it's open to the public so that as far as viewing the photos at the photo show and contest, or contest and show, that they can come and throughout the period that they're on display.
Okay. Last year we had over 50 entrants, right?
Yes, and over about 270-some individual photographs that were entered into. At that point, we had 12 categories, plus the people who just displayed without being judged.
Right. So the forms, are they already available for everyone?
Yes, at the island service desk. So
okay.
Anyone can pick those up now and to read through them, and so they'll be knowledgeable about how to enter and what to enter.
So what are some things we need to remind folks about as they pick up the form and as they're looking at their photos?
Well, one thing, of course, is to be sure that their photos, if they're entered into the categories other than the all-time favorites, that they meet the 2-year criteria for being taken within the last 2 years.
So, John, I guess one thing we should remind folks about is that they need to be sure that their print is nice and clear, that it's on 8x10 paper, and that it's on photo paper, not just plain ordinary paper.
And they have a choice of photo paper. They can use the gloss, semi-gloss, or matte finish, right. Whichever most appropriate for the photo that they're entering.
Right. Okay, but you want a really crisp photo, or the judge is probably just going to walk right by.
That's right. In fact, this judge in some of her online comments have said that if it isn't sharp, forget it. So,
right.
And of course, that doesn't mean that you can't use the bokeh technique and get different part of the image out of focus, but you have to have at least the focal point in focus, and then in sharp focus.
Exactly. So have the categories changed this year at all? Yes,
we have eliminated 2 categories. The Shell Point activities and abstract categories have been eliminated.
And then there's a new category.
A new category is architecture. And of course, people think architecture means a building, which it can be, but there's of course all ages of buildings. Right. If you have traveled around the U.S. or in foreign countries, of course you see ancient architecture,
right.
and you see modern architecture sometime adjacent to one another in those cities.
And then what's the very last date to turn in entries?
The deadline is March 7th.
And then when will people start seeing them in the activity center? Well,
the show opens on March the 30th, and that'll be kind of a preview time, and people can walk through and see the photos that are present. But on the 31st, then the winners will be announced at the gala. And so ribbons will be posted with the winning photos after that gala. And so if you come and view after that, you'll be able to see which photos won.
Right. Okay. Well, it's going to be an exciting time. Look forward to it. And they can call either you, John Ippenson, or me, Dotty Morrison, if they have questions. We are going to have the juried show as well. That's for people who have won a lot of ribbons in the past. They want to stop competing, but they still want to show. But they need to contact us, and they need to submit those photos to the executive board of the photo club.
That's right.
Right, not just turn them in.
You know, that jury means being pre-approved.
Right.
And so that process would have to occur before they are able to be displayed.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for all your organizational work, and I know you have a lot of work ahead.
Busy time coming up.
But it's going to be fun. Yes. All right. So if you have any questions, give either one of us a call, or look in Shell Point Life. There's an article about it, and go to the service desk for the correct forms. Be sure and read all the rules. There are always people that we have to call because they just didn't pay attention to the rules, or they didn't fill in all the information. So make sure those forms are filled in accurately.
The Shell Point Gala happened just over a week ago, and once again, it was a great celebration. Julie Boyd and Bev Crenshaw from the Legacy Foundation came by the studio to share a recap of the event.
Hi, my name is Julie Boyd.
And I'm Beth Crenshaw, and we're from the Legacy Foundation at Shell Point.
And we just wanted to recap the wonderful gala event that we had on Friday, January 30th.
Yes, this was my first time attending the gala, and it didn't even feel like work.
I know. I felt the same way. It was my third gala event, and I think this was the best one ever.
When I first went over to the church, there was that wow factor. Earlier in the week, I actually helped Melody make the centerpieces on each of the tables.
And I helped on Thursday as well with many of our other staff members here at Shell Point.
Yeah, it was so great to see everything come together. It really looked beautiful.
I was in on the big surprise that was going to happen. And we had a Lifetime Achievement Award that was given to Mr. David Moreland, the VP of Sales and Marketing. His family came early to the Legacy Foundation before the show, and I snuck them around through the back door of the church. And what a sweet family they were.
Yeah, he has obviously shown godly character in all that he does, both personally and professionally.
I agree, and there was a touching video tribute made in honor of his 31 years of service to Shell Point.
Yeah, Mr. Dice did such a great job in reviewing 2014, and it was neat to see the pictures of all the progress that has been made throughout the years at Shell Point. It shows just how much the residents really care about the place that they call home, and that anything is possible.
I love that possible theme. The guest performer this year fits in that category of anything is possible. He's a 14-year-old pianist that started playing when he was just 3 years old. His name is Ethan Bortnick, who many of our residents, I'm sure, have seen him on public television. I was impressed with his musical ability and his showmanship and how he related to the audience. He actually wrote a song for Shell Point.
Yeah, he said he wrote the song for Shell Point in 20 minutes in between the sessions. It was written on some sheet music that he found in the back. It was super catchy and very witty with the lyrics that he made up.
Yes, and he did mention that he wouldn't mind living here in the future.
That's right. And we should mention also that the dessert that was served at the gala.
It was wonderful.
I don't think you can really go wrong with key lime cheesecake and fresh fruit.
I agree. And also, I enjoyed listening to the old but new executive director of the Legacy Foundation, Jeff Corey. He feels like his life journey has brought him back to home to Shell Point and to the Legacy Foundation that he actually started in 2001. I know he feels like he has some unfinished business to take care of.
Yeah, it's really apparent to us how much he cares about our residents here at Shell Point. He's excited to continue his relationships and to build new ones.
Yes, and we hope you've enjoyed our recap. If you have not received the 2014 Community Report, please contact the Legacy Foundation at 466-8484 for your copy today.
We'll be sharing some of the music, videos, and other excerpts from the gala on our other programs this week. Also, you can watch the entire gala at 10 o'clock a.m. and 2 o'clock p.m. every day this week on Channel 12. And now, let's cover all of Monday's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections, right after this word from David Howenstein with a preview of his radio show on TV, Listening to the Words.
With this week ending in Valentine's Day, I've chosen some varied and thoughtful expressions of love for this week's Listening to the Words. That includes a passionate love letter that choreographer and dancer Agnes DeMille once wrote to her husband. You'll enjoy the surprise endings of several selections, including the double-edged love attempt of an 89-year-old Dapper Dan who fell victim to the best-laid plan. Also a 19th century love poem with a "what got into my head" kicker. Also an article about very different expressions of love in Japan. Also a poem that assures us that love is not altered by gray, by wrinkles, and worn parts. Oh yes, and a Valentine poem by the unique Ogden Nash. David Howenstein reminding you that you can listen to this Valentine program any day this week. The same 30-minute show starts at the top and again at the bottom of the hour. And thank you for listening to the words.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley. I'm here with Caitlin Van Scoy, and we're going to tell you what's going on for activities here at Shell Point today. We're going to start out bright and early at 8 o'clock today with men's match play doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. 8:45, we have virtual bowling. That's at the Resident Activity Center. The Resident Activity Center also is busy with billiards at 9:15. And then our last 9:15 activity is pottery, with instruction available in the pottery studio down in the tunnel. We next move to 10 o'clock, where the men's match play doubles tennis is at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Also at 10 o'clock, we have our Susie Q boat. Today, it heads to the Matanzas on the Bay. For lunch, you do need to sign up for that. At 10:30, the Disciple Men's Bible Study Group will be in the game room of the Woodlands. And table tennis with the playing clinic is at 10:45 in the Tarpon Room. We have a Health Connections class at 11:30. This one is Agility and Flexibility for Everyday Life, Session B. That's in the Health Club, and it's currently full. Continuing with the afternoon lineup, here's Caitlin.
Thank you, Bev. We start our wonderful afternoon off with Mahjong at 12 o'clock in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. And at 1:15, we have advanced table tennis in the Tarpon Room. Samba the card game will be played in the Resident Activity Center at 1:15. And 1:15 is a time for tone chimes in the Osprey Room. From 1:30 to 3:30 today, the Model Train Room will be open for complimentary tours. And at 1:45, we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1, Session B. And that's in the Health Club, and it's currently full. The BDI Beat Club meet in the Oak Room at 2 o'clock. That's at the Woodlands. And at 3 o'clock, we have another Health Connections class, Pilates Stretch in the Health Club. And there's no sign-up required for that one. Shell Point Singers Rehearsal meets at 3:15 in the choir room of the Village Church. And at 3:30, another Health Connections class, Aqua Agility and Conditioning in the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. 4 o'clock is the time for pickleball. That's at the pickleball courts on the island. And at 6:30, we have duplicate bridge in the game room of the Woodlands. 7 o'clock is the time for square dancing in the Health Club, and that's currently full. At 7:30, we have a Fine and Performing Arts concert series. The Letterman will be here at the Village Church, and that is sold out, and you do need a ticket for that. Well, those are all the activities we have for today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Colath with your Academy information for Monday. At 9 o'clock in the photo studio on the island, we have the Art of Still Life Photography for those who signed up. At 10:15, our iPhones, messages, and email apps course will begin in the Manatee Room on the island. Please sign up at either service desk. At 10:30, Anatomy of Words will have another meeting in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and they welcome everyone. At 1:15, we have a computer college class, Better Communication with Email. This is continuing in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. I'd like to tell you about some new classes coming up tomorrow. We have Session 2 of the History of the Middle East to Present Times with Professor Adrian Kerr. Al Kaplan of Oakmont will give a course to organize your files on the computer and to start shredding. At HDTV, Content and Possibilities with the iPad will take place with Bruce Findlay of Sundial.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is turkey pot pie with buttermilk biscuits and fried green beans. The dinner special is the Concert Series Buffet for $13.75, and the soup of the day is vegetarian chili. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a taco salad with fresh fruit for $7.25. The dinner special is grilled chicken over mixed greens with fresh berries for $8.25, and the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. Menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm here with Pastor Andy Hawkins, our senior pastor. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Several times a year, Andy, we set aside time to interact with those that are new to the Village Church, perhaps new to our community, and just invite them to a very special time that we call Coffee with the Pastors. Tell us about Coffee with the Pastors.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity. It happens on this Wednesday afternoon at 1:15 in the hospitality room in the church. And as many of the staff as we can will be there, and that includes not only me, but Randy Woods, of course includes you, and Sue Stranahan, Don Stainhook, those who are pastoral staff members, David Pavey. And it's a wonderful opportunity, especially for people who are relatively new to the congregation or to the community, as you've said, to find out who in the world are these people, what are their backgrounds, but it's also a good opportunity for us to find out about them. Because obviously we see people come and go in a community like this and in a church like this. And for us to be able to not only put a face with a name, but put a story with a name, I think is really helpful for all of us. And so I've enjoyed the ones that we've had since I've been here in the last couple of years. We do this about every 3 months or so. And I've been delighted and gotten to know people that really would not have had an opportunity to do that with before. And so we look forward to Coffee with the Pastors. There obviously refreshments are served, and that always fuels some good fellowship time together. And so we spend some time not only learning about them learning about us, and we learning about them, but also telling a little bit about the basics of the Village Church.
It's an opportunity for them to ask questions as well.
That's right.
Oftentimes when people come in as newcomers especially, and they're sitting in the pew on Sunday morning, they may find they have questions and no opportunity to interact. And so this is just a more intimate setting, informal.
Right.
And we get to interact back and forth and just get to know each other.
Hopefully they'll figure out that we're actually real people.
We are real people, very much so, yeah. And we usually follow Coffee with the Pastors with the opportunity to ask questions about membership, learn about what membership means at the Village Church, with a follow-up opportunity to join. That opportunity will happen Sunday afternoon at 4:30. Tell us about that.
That's right. Also in the hospitality room, I spend some time sort of giving them an orientation over what the Village Church is all about and what it means to belong to the church. And we really cover a lot of territory in about an hour and a half. Not only getting to know one another, those folks who are interested in talking about church membership, but sort of laying the groundwork of what it means to be a Christian, what it means to belong to the church, because obviously the church is much larger than the Village Church. The Village Church is just a local expression of what we call the universal church, or what the Apostles' Creed refers to as the Holy Catholic Church. And so we talk about what it means to belong to the church, the larger church, and then what it means to belong to a local church and what kinds of engagement the Bible teaches for us by way of fellowship, instruction, caring for one another, those kinds of things that are significant core values about what it means to belong to the local church. And then we also talk about the Village Church specifically, and what its history is a little bit, its association with the Christian and Missionary Alliance, and then how the Village Church is organized, and some of our core values here, and the things that we like to do in order to enhance spiritual growth for people and then glorify God in the process. And so we cover a lot of that territory. There's a very, I think, informative manual for membership that is communicated and passed out. People can read it, and we explain what the membership process is here at the Village Church.
So we invite you to Coffee with the Pastors Wednesday at 1:15 in the hospitality room at the church. And then the membership class that follows is Sunday afternoon at 4:30. We'd love to have you connect with us. Have a wonderful day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow when we'll hear from Dining Operations Manager Greg Pandara about the special dining option coming up in the Crystal Dining Room for Valentine's Day. We'll also preview an academy class about animal behavior, and we'll see the video from the Gala celebration with the theme Possible. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Monday, February 9th. I'm Adam Brown, and for all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.